Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Stephen Moore. On today's webinar, we're going to go over AgeLOC R2, a revolutionary new product formulated through Nu Skin's AgeLOC Science based off gene expression, and some major breakthroughs that have been made in understanding how we age on a genetic level and how we can actually address that through natural ingredients through this product. And so the first thing that we want to go over this morning is really why we age. And there are two major theories of aging, and one is mitochondrial dysfunction. And what I mean by that is the mitochondria in the body is what controls all of the energy in the body. And you've got mitochondria, hundreds of them in each one of your cells throughout the body. And as you get older, you have a decline in the function of this part of the cell, which produces energy, and therefore you have less energy throughout the body. In fact, we understand now that you have about a 40% decline in how the body produces energy. And so this affects a lot of the things that are going on inside the body, from the muscles, the brain, libido, anything that requires a lot of energy. You're going to see a decline in function. We also understand that mitochondrial dysfunction is related to a lot of diseases and things like that as well. And so another major reason on why we age is we get this toxic buildup within the cells. Our cells have a natural process of how they purify, they detoxify, and how they repair themselves. And as you get older, you no longer are able to, the cells are no longer able to detoxify as well as they did when you were young. And, you know, if you think of when you were young, you had lots of energy, you could stay up late, you could even pull all-nighters, and yet the next day you could recover pretty well and not really affect you. But as you get older, it becomes more and more difficult to do that, and it's because we see a decline in cellular energy and an increase in the toxic buildup within the cells. And I want you to think about your house. You know, imagine if you never took out the garbage, that garbage would build up within your house. It would start stinking and would really make it uninhabitable for you to live in your house over time. And so what we do is we take out the garbage once or twice a week, and we get rid of it from the house. Well, our cells do the same thing. Our cells get rid of that garbage, so to speak, that is produced from within the cell. And when we lose our ability to get rid of it as we get older, the cells become toxic. That leads to cell death, and that leads to other issues within the body. And we end up with a loss of vitality, and we just don't feel young anymore. And so this is really what happens is you've got this downward spiral of cellular energy declining, cellular purification declining. And what ends up happening is we just don't feel as good as we did when we were younger. We don't function as well, and we can't do the things that we're able to do. And so what we're able to do with Nu Skin's revolutionary AgeLOC science is to be able to target the ultimate sources of aging. In the past, competitors and even our company as well were dealing with the signs and symptoms of aging. And now we can do with our proprietary science based on AgeLOC, we're able to now target the sources of aging, which actually lie in our genetic code. And so AgeLOC allows us to identify certain groups of genes, or what we call youth gene clusters, that are related to aging in different tissues in the body. We can then target those youth gene clusters with proprietary products and blends of ingredients and compounds to reset or restore the function of those genes back to how it was when you were young. So we've been able to do this with the skin. We've also been able to do that with how the skin produces elastin and collagen in a product called AgeLOC True Face Essence Ultra. Our skincare foundational product is called AgeLOC Transformation. These are products that I use, my wife use every single day. They're phenomenal products. And now we're able to actually take this science inside the body, dealing with mitochondrial function and cellular purification and repair in a product called AgeLOC R2. And so now what we can do is actually give people that power to feel young. I mean, we're all chasing that fountain of youth. We all want to live an active and healthy life. And drinking the energy drinks of the world and things like that are really not a way to really address the reasons or the sources on why we don't have the energy that we had when we were younger. You know, if you think of, I've got a son who's 2 years old, and he seems to just have unlimited energy, always running around. And it's because his mitochondria are functioning really, really well. and mine aren't functioning as well as his are. So we want to get back to that youthful feeling that we had, and that's what this product is designed to do. And so there are actually two products that come with the AgeLOC R squared. There's a day product that you can see here on the bottom, and then there's a product that you take at night. The day product targets 52 genes in the mitochondria, dealing with the physical, mental, and sexual vitality. And those are 6 capsules that you take in the morning. And then the AgeLOC night product you take just before bed or an hour before bed, and that deals with cellular purification and cleansing, which is really the reason why we believe that we sleep. It's our bodies sleep to really shut off or turn down some of the metabolic processes so that we can now catch up on this purification and renewal of the cells and so forth. And this AgeLOC Night product enhances that ability by targeting 50 genes that are related to this product and resetting them back to how it was when we were younger. And so what we do is we wake up feeling a lot better. We feel refreshed and renewed. We feel energy throughout the day. And this is the reason why it's called R squared, is because you feel renewed in the morning and you get recharged at night. The reason why it's called R squared is because these two mechanisms work synergistically together to not just have an additive effect, but to have a squared effect or a multiplied effect. Because they tend to work together. The body's ability, when we produce energy, we also produce waste, and so we have a process that gets rid of that waste. Well, if we can enhance and restore from a genetic standpoint how these processes work, we end up really having tremendous benefits by providing this product together, and that's why it's now available as a package with these two products, and that's why we call it AgeLOC R squared. And so this is much different than a colon cleanse, because you're dealing with cellular processes instead of a just overall systemic process, and it gives you really this natural feeling of energy. I know before, sometimes when you drink coffee and things like that, you kind of get up and then you crash down and you have another coffee and so on and so forth. And that's not really stimulating natural energy in the body. And what this does is, as I know, when I started taking it, you have this subtle feeling of just this natural energy like you had. I don't get fatigued. I don't get tired when I travel. I feel great when I travel, even when I take red-eye flights, which I do quite often. And I know before I was taking this product, red-eye flights would really just wipe me out for the next day and affect me for the next few days. And now it literally doesn't affect me at all. I'm chasing around a 2-year-old and keeping us up at night. And this product has really allowed me to maintain my energy levels and feel good, not only in the morning, but throughout the day, even when I don't always get a good night's sleep because of having a child at home. And so, again, we recommend taking the AgeLOC R square 6 capsules in the morning. The AgeLOC R square night is 2 capsules that you take at night. And this is for men and for women that just feel tired and they want to feel young again. Now, there were also some studies that we did on mice showing the effects of this product, and we were actually able to demonstrate that the mice that were on, and this was just for the AgeLOC Day product before we had formulated the AgeLOC Night, the AgeLOC Day product actually had the mice living much healthier later on in life. In fact, most of the mice were living about 30% longer. Now, we're not making any longevity claims yet, but I can tell you that in the studies that we've seen in animals, we actually have seen an improvement in health span as an improvement in lifespan as well. And so you look at the history of some of the ingredients that are in here. They've been used in Chinese medicine for thousands of years for longevity. And we've been able to now unlock the secrets and standardize these products because of our AgeLOC science and our proprietary methods for product development. Now, a couple products that will go great with this, one or the other. You don't take both of these, either the Life Pack or the Life Pack Nano product. And these products are really designed to give you optimal foundational nutrition. This is a product that I've been taking now for 10 years. I don't believe that we get optimal nutrition through our diet alone, regardless of how much we try. We may do it one day, but to have it consistently, to have optimal levels of our nutrition is very difficult to do. And there was a study done by the USDA showing that not a single American was even getting the minimum RDA values of some of the most basic nutrients. And so the need to take a foundational supplement is extremely important. And I haven't found a better product on the market that's can compete with the LifePak Nano product. And so we're not going to go over the details of this, but again, these are just great products to take along with it. So let's look a little bit about what happens and why we really feel young. And so we have these youth gene clusters that are, when you're young, they're expressed at youthful levels. And what that does is that creates productivity in the cell, and that gives us a feeling of young, feeling energy, having vitality, having that mental clarity, focus. I also notice my reflexes have been faster since I've been taking this product, and I know Dr. Corey Howard has experienced the same thing. And so this is really what happens. It all starts with the foundation of feeling young, which starts in our genetic code. And so when you have these two things working together, the body produces a energy molecule, for simple terms, called ATP. That's produced in this organelle called the mitochondria. And as ATP is produced, the body then utilizes that as energy to run basically everything that happens within the body. Well, the byproduct of that is you have toxic waste, free radical damage, and other metabolites that come out through the cell and so forth, and that starts to build up within the cell. And so again, it's so important to not only deal with improving the efficiency and how the body produces energy, but also to improve how the body gets rid of some of that waste material and how the body is able to repair itself. And so that's what this product is able to do. It's able to enhance this mechanism from a genetic standpoint. And as I said earlier, here's really what happens. This was a study that was done in the elderly. This was actually a published study. You can see the reference here on the bottom. And it really talked about and demonstrated how when you're young versus when you're old, older population do see a decline of about 40% in mitochondrial function. And this is why, we feel old. This is why we feel tired. And so we've been, again, able to identify the genes that control this process, and we can actually measure the impact and what those genes are having, or the expression, when you're young versus when you're old. And now we've been able to formulate a product to reset that. And so if you think of when your cells are very young, you have a lot of ability to basically purify those cells, as you can see here with this bar graph. And you have this external toxic load from the environment, and then you have an internal toxic load, which are, the load that's put on by the mechanisms that lie within the cells. As you get older, your body's ability to purify actually is declined. So you can see here, you have a lot of ability to purify. As you get older, that mechanism declines. But what also happens is the internal toxic load increases as well, because again, those mitochondria are not functioning as well. They're producing more waste product because they're not as efficient. And so what happens now is your body can no longer repair or purify itself to keep up with the demand of the toxic load. And what ends up happening is this is what causes damage or aging in the body. This can happen in all cells and different tissues in the body. And this is why we have this aging problem. And so what AgeLOC R2 can do is, for the first time, it can address both of these problems from a genetic standpoint. And this is one of the reasons why the Discovery Channel came out to our corporate headquarters and filmed an entire documentary on our breakthrough AgeLOC product. And if you haven't seen that episode focuses primarily on the AgeLOC R2 Day product dealing with mitochondrial function. And we're able to now take this science to other tissues and mechanisms within the body, including weight management. So the way you get this product is we have a very limited offering that's going to be taking place tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time. And for those of you that are executives with our company, you're going to be able to get some codes to be able to purchase product. Each one of our sales leader or sales executives will be able to get a certain amount of codes that can be distributed throughout their customers or their distributors. And those codes then allow you to go to our website, which is newskinusa.com, You can see here the details of it. Again, this is 12 Eastern Time or 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And each code is available to purchase a 3-pack of R squared, which would be a 90-day supply. And that would be $3.99 US, which includes tax and shipping. Or you can use one of those codes to purchase 3 of these 3-packs. And the company will actually give you a 4th 3-pack for free, or 3 extra boxes of this for free. So there's no limit to what you can get other than what our inventory will be able to keep up with. And again, this is just a fantastic product. So if you are not able, if you do not have any of these codes, talk to somebody in your upline within our company to let them know that you want to utilize some codes. I know the last time they made this product available, we bought about $5,000 worth for our own personal use and for some of our customers and so forth. But it'd be a good idea to probably get at least a 9-month supply for yourself, which I think will probably be around the time of when the product will be offered again, just because of the demand that we've been seeing. And so I'm going to open up now for some questions. And if you guys have any questions, I'm going to turn off the recording.